Hello and welcome to a countdown. Xenoblade Chronicles is easily one of my favourite games of all time, and of course has some awesome boss fights, and today I'm counting down my top 10. Now, before I get started, I must point out that these are my favourite boss fights and not the best from Xenoblade. Also, spoilers, so you have been warned. Now let's do this. The Arachno Queen is the second boss in the game, and it is also really great. But first, the build-up. It starts when Shulk sees a vision of Rhine being killed by the Queen. Then, after walking for a bit, Rhine gets trapped in a web and pulled up into the ceiling. Knowing what is going to happen, Shulk eagerly runs to a location called Villia Lake and climbs some vines to enter the lair, where he sees Rhine surrounded by Arachno, and the Queen appears behind Rhine and is going to bite him. Shulk knows what it will that just one bite will kill him. Desperate to save him, the Monado turns into a yellow colour and the symbol changes to show shield, and then surrounds Rhine, stopping the attack. The Queen then goes for Shulk, but Rhine, still in the aura, blocks the attack, pushing the Arachno Queen back, and the fight will begin. When the fight begins, there is the Arachno Queen and a lot of small Arachno and a few medium-sized Captain Arachno. At the start of the fight, Shulk will now be able to receive a vision of what the attack is, how long it is going to happen, and how much damage the victim will take. It will also tell you what type of attack and if the attack is going to be fatal. The first thing that you will get a vision of is the Arachno Queen using its talent art Arachno Crush 1, which will probably kill Shulk or Rhine, and you need to use shield to stop it. Dang, that's a good shield. It also has binded web that inflicts bind, dive impact, which attacks around the Queen and inflicts topple, Queen's order, which causes Arachno pods to hatch into more Arachno to deal with the Queen's fury, which gives strength up buff overall. The fight should be pretty easy if you are sparing with your Monado art, so you have a shield ready for when the crush comes. After enough damage, the Queen will finally be dethroned. Get it? Dethroned? Because it's a Queen. Zord is first introduced in Spiral Valley after destroying the Mechon M71 to save the new party members. Brother Juju after destroying the M71. You think everything is good until a giant Mechon that the Monado cannot harm comes down to recapture Juju. After engaging the mysterious space, he defeats you and tells you if you want to save Juju, you better come to Colony 6 fast before he eats him. Man, Juju is unlucky. After Charlotte regains consciousness, Shulk, Rhine, Charlotte head out for Colony 6 to rescue Juju. After arriving, they find out that the front doors are locked and decide to go through the mine. Find Juju. While travelling through the mine, they find out that the Mechon have also taken the mine, and Charlotte worries about what happened to the people that had to retreat to the mine. Then at the mining base, they run into a Tharon, the colonel of the Colony 6 Defence Force, and take them further into the mine before rushing ahead, where Shulk, Rhine, Charlotte make it to the mine, which is basically a vertical shaft. They also figure out that the Mechon are there to mine for ether crystals. After finally making it to the bottom of the mine, the fight begins, where Zord fights you, but you cannot harm him unless he is toppled. After draining half of his health, the fight ends. Things seem hopeless until a Tharon comes in, a mobile artillery, and pushes Zord into the Ether River, but he falls too. After some quick thinking from Shulk and Rhine, it's now his time, they manage to save a Tharon and Juju and make it to the freight elevator to make it out. After setting off on the elevator, Zord jumps on the elevator and fights you. But this time the Ether River burned off most of his Mechon armor, so the Monado will hurt him normally, and regular weapons can too if you use enchant. However, he has loads of HP and a lot more opportunities to attack you. His talent art is Bazooka 2, and his other arts are Boost Attack, Berserk Boost, Final Boost, Swing Beat, Wild Crash, and Zord Impact all do quite a lot of damage. It is challenging and fun, and that is why I like it. Why is it so low? The other bosses I like more. That's simple. After getting through Sword Valley, Metalface lies in wait to end things once and for all. And so do you after he ravaged your home and killed your best friend and the Emperor of the High End Tier people. He will first call many Face Mechon out with spears and is going to hit Charlotte until Shulk stops his attack with the Monado. Then Metalface tells them that their weapons are special. The ether is taken and transformed into a special substance that is made especially to decompose any being from Bionis. And then taunts the party before beginning the fight. In the fight, you have to fight Metalface and two mass-produced faces. Because of the special weapons, any physical attack will inflict the poison status onto any party member that they hit. You only have to destroy Metalface, but it is recommended that you destroy the two mass-produced faces first. So you only have to deal with Metalface after that. However, they can rack up damage very quickly, along with the poison damage. Metalface's talent art is Hell Talon Venom 6, and his other arts are Custom Deadway, Custom Grand Shot, Special Killing Claw, and Very Last Resort. I personally find the Custom Grand Shot to be very dangerous. Fortunately, he only starts using it at low HP. After enough damage, Metalface will be defeated, and then a cutscene afterwards shows Dunban going to kill Munkar, but Shulk stops him and tells him that Munkar is a Hom and not a Mechon. Dunban stops himself, and then Metalface tries to kill Dunban, but Dunban slices the machine's arm off. Then Metalface fires a shot at Dunban. Dunban dodges, and it hits a spear on top of the base. It then falls, impaling Metalface right through the chest. Then the platform he was on falls, and he goes and shouts, "No! Not like this!" You've got through Valak Mountain, and then the Silverface Mechon appears that you saw on Prison Island, and the friend that you thought you lost is inside it, and it came to talk to you, but then Metalface appears and shoots her with a ball of electricity, and threatens to kill you unless you hand over the recently upgraded Monado to Shulk. Shulk submits, but then Metalface is revealed to be Munkar, who abandoned Dunban and Dixon at the Battle of Sword Valley. He comes out of his Mechon and starts telling everyone to grovel at his feet and beg for mercy. Melia, who isn't having any of this, hits Munkar in the face with a 9 blast, followed by Ricky saying, "Millie hit bad guy in face," and then the battle will begin. Munkar's talent art is Fiery Pain 4, and his other arts are Corner, Eagle Slice, Eagle Triple Combo, and Super Spin. He does high damage, but has pretty low HP. After the battle, Dunban and Munkar face in a duel, but Munkar loses because he's an idiot to fight Dunban in a one-on-one duel. Luckily for him, Egil, leader of the Mechon, come to save him while taking Face Nemesis back to Galahad Fortress for modifications, then fly off to the fortress telling the heroes that they are welcome on Mechonis. After finishing things with Metalface for the final time, Shulk and the others go into Galahad Fortress. After going deep enough, they find Face Nemesis, who's about to attack them without warning, and two M94 guard units and two defense guard units come to fight as well. In this part, you only have to kill the 4 Mechon units, but you cannot let Face Nemesis's health drop below 50%. But Face Nemesis can use the art Brilliant Light after killing the 4 Mechon units. Face Nemesis continues to pursue you and blast the floor out, making you fall into the generator room in the basement of the fortress, where Egil in his gold face Mechon is waiting. After he uses Apocrypha to render the Monado useless, the battle will begin. Here you have to fight Goldface and Face Nemesis at the same time. Unlucky Shulk, God. This time, Face Nemesis's arts are Honourable Blow and Sublime Cure, which actually heals you, while Goldface's arts are Catastrophe, Egil Tail, King Breaker, and King's Order. After Goldface uses Catastrophe, the battle will end. Afterwards, Face Nemesis breaks free of Egil's control and attacks Egil, then destroys the core, blowing up the base and sending it flying towards the endless sea below, and Shulk jumps after her. I like this fight because of how emotional it is and seeing how much of a threat the Mechon actually are. Fighting Metalface on Prison Island is the best Metalface fight in my opinion, but we have got build up before the actual fight. It starts with a Mechon attack on Arid Sea and Alchemoth. Then Prison Island opens, a lot of creatures come out. This time Shulk and his friends have gone to see Melia when they find out that the Emperor has gone to the island, along with the vision that the Emperor will be killed by Metalface on the island. They promptly get going to Prison Island, but before they have to activate 2 seals. After activating them, they go to the transporter, but is stopped by one of the creatures. It is called a Skyway. After defeating the Skyway, they go into the island where the Emperor activates a seal that reveals the giant. This is what his forefathers locked away a long time ago. After travelling through the island, to the top, they meet the Emperor with a giant called Zanza, who says he will upgrade the Monado if Shulk uses the Monado to free him. Shulk eventually does, but then Metalface fires a massive spear that penetrates the barrier surrounding Prison Island and hits Zanza in the crotch! Ouch! Then Metalface kills the Emperor, and Shulk unleashes the true power of the Monado and begins the fight. Metalface has no talent art, but he does have Deadweight Grand Shot, Killing Claw, Last Resort and Murder Screw. As regular, the Grand Shot is definitely deadly as it causes daze and blowdown, as well as hitting everyone. After the fight, everyone goes back to Alchemoth except for Alvis, who speaks to Zanza's spirit, who says, "I see a storm on the horizon." This is my favourite Metalface fight because it is the most intense, and also the next cutscene reveals Shulk going to finish off Metalface, but then Face Nemesis takes a blow for him, and it shows that there are people inside the Face Nemesis, and it's no one else but Fiora. In the high-end tier tomb, you have to fight a Soldium Telethia and a high-end tier called Tyrea. But first, backstory. After you save a worker, you must go back to heal. When you're attacked by some assassins, they are immune to the Monado, so do not have Shulk out. After beating them, Callion runs in telling the heroes that they are Inquisitors of the Bionite Order, and the order was discontinued due to its extreme practices. After they convince Callion to let them go to the tomb to save Melia, they arrive, and Ryan pushes a button that drops them into the Tomb Robber pool. Silly Ryan. Where they have to go the long way round. They get to Melia where she's fighting with Tyrea, and then Telethia appears and the battle begins. Soldium Telethia's talent art is Ether Laser 2. It also has Delta Cannon, Ether Storm, Pradiation, Soul Read, and a Lock on Me, as well as Tyrea having Guilty Bomb 3 as a talent art, as well as Spiral Kick, Flying Bee, Energy Drain, Relevation, and Telepathic Command. They are also both immune to sleep, but after the battle, the Telethia self-destructs and Tyrea disappears. And to think this is even my favourite Telethia fight in the game. That is coming up next. When you first get into Magna Forest, a little cutscene plays of a mysterious girl fighting a Telethia, and she managed to injure it, but it depletes all of her energy when Shulk and his friends find her. Sharla says that she needs some blue water crystals to revive her. Shulk finds some, but is attacked by Telethia and unlocks a new Monado power, Monado Purge. After beating the Telethia, he returns and revives her. After making it to Frontier Village, a Nopon calls them called Vicky, and they all set off to take down the Leon Telethia near a place with large ether crystals. After getting there, Melia shows them that the Telethia is ruining Magna Forest, so the Telethia needs to be destroyed. Then it appears and the battle begins. in the first part, you need to drop the Telethia's health below 50%, then ensure that it can regenerate, and the fight will start again, and Leon Telethia has 2 talent arts. They are Channel 1 and Ether Cannon 2. The other arts are Sleep Spin, Sleep Bullet, Soul Read, Super Aura, and Talent Absorb. This boss just has such a tense atmosphere for avenging Melia's gods and saving Magna itself. Dixon had been a very good ally through most of Xenoblade Chronicles. He fought beside Dunban at the Battle of Sword Valley and he raised Shulk up as his own. But inside the Mechonis core, Dixon betrays everyone by shooting Shulk in the chest. While trying to reason with Egil, shooting him also reveals Zanza, who is the final antagonist of the game, and Dixon, who is one of his disciples, who then waits for the heroes to get outside because he has an army of Telethia waiting for them, and Callian shows up with his fleet, but Lorithia betrays him and turns all of the pure-blooded high-end here into Telethia as well. Then they flee, when finally confronting Dixon in Prison Island, he transforms into a giant. You only have to drop his HP under 50% for him to end the fight with Chaos Punish, and after a cutscene the fight will begin again. His talent art is Chaos Bullet 6, and his other arts consist of Chaos Combo, Chaos Dash, Chaos Punish, Dark Power, Righteous Anger, Silent Chaos, and Treacherous Anger. He must really like the Chaos Kim. This fight is amazing, and also can be quite annoying because he has a paralysis spike, which is why it is not number 1. After escaping Galahad Fortress, Shulk and his friends find themselves separated on the Fallen Arm. After reaching the hidden village, they meet a machina called Mikol, who wants them to kill Egil, his son, and the leader of the Mechon. When they reach the Mechonis capital, they engage Egil and defeat him, but then he calls out his face mechan Yaudabaoth and defeats the heroes. Then he goes to the Mechonis core to awaken it, and to begin his attack on Bionis. Shulk and his friends go back to the Fallen Arm, where Mikol says that the junks can take them through an air duct to the back of the Mechonis. Knowing this, the heroes go fight Egil, and it is awesome. Yaudabaoth is immune or resistant to pretty much all debuffs and status conditions, so you'll have to rely on your own skill rather than using a tactic such as Break Couple in Days. After enough damage, Shulk will get a certain vision of Egil destroying Bionis. That's not really a good thing. So you have to destroy the 3 energy cores around the room, but he will create Mechon to get in your way. Just ignore them while you go to destroy them. After they are destroyed, Yaudabaoth will be dazed and you can finish him off. This fight is amazing, your entire world is on the line, it couldn't be anything else but number 1. Thanks for watching, remember to rate, comment and subscribe for more content.